All right, so I wanted to do a video and show off some of the editing tools in Athena Crisis, so specifically the map editor and the campaign editor that I've been working on recently. Just to be clear, I took out a bunch of things that are in the game already, but that I don't want to show off yet. And everything you see here is like, alpha territory, and it's going to change a lot before the game is going to be released. But at the same time, I think some of the tools are pretty powerful, and I also think, there's certain gaps still in like the user interface design. I think some of the stuff is like pretty well done and like very easy to like navigate. So I just want to show off first the map editor, so that I want to just like build one specific scenario and show off some of the features. Again, not all of it is finished. There's like a lot more stuff that's still coming. But the philosophy is that everything that's going to be in the game in terms of like content, in terms of like the campaign, the PvP maps, like all that sort of stuff, 100% of that will also be able to be made with the game. So there's not going to be a campaign feature that is not also like visually available for you to modify in the campaign editor when you're building like your own campaign or maps. So that's like a constraint that I put on myself, which might slow me down a bit. I could probably put together the campaign a lot faster by not building all of these editing tools, but I do think those are going to be pretty key in terms of excitement by players, because the the story for Athena Crisis is currently being worked on, and the primary campaign is not going to explore all of the points. There's going to be a lore, there's going to be side characters, there's going to be character backgrounds that are going to come up. But I'm hoping that players will be excited to expand on the story that Athena Crisis is going to start with once it launches. And so, okay, I just want to start and walk you through some of the tools here. I'm also recording this on a M2 MacBook Air on a 5K screen, so things might be a bit laggy here and there. I've been trying different tools to record. I'm hoping this is going to be good. So I'm just starting here with like a fresh map, and I haven't done anything, just put like one island here, and so I just want to extend that. So my thinking here is I'll make this kind of like small island map. Maybe something like this. Okay, cool. You can see the keys I'm pressing, but not the shift key, for example. So when I press shift, it like allows me to copy whatever I'm currently drawing with. So for example, if I'm like taking trees. One other thing to say, actually this is interesting. We're doing a pretty complete graphics refresh, so everything you see here is like alpha, and it's gonna look pretty different pretty soon. So anyway, I'm drawing some trees here, and then I'm like, oh no, actually I want to draw the grass. Then I can just hit shift and like select that. All right, so what I want to do here is in the silent coding video that I did previously, I had this thing where I added this feature for the Pioneer, that's like this unit down here, this one, to build rail tracks. So let me just show that to you. So here's like a rail track. And then the cool thing is when I press P, oh, sorry. I need to actually add some enemies, otherwise the map is not valid. So anytime you're trying to save or play the map, it like verifies whether it's actually playable. In this case, obviously it wouldn't be playable because there's only one side each. But it is like technically a legal map. So when I press P, I can just jump into the map editor at any point in time. And then when I press P, I can just jump into playtesting anytime, and then pressing P again takes me out back into the map editor. So here I can just test out, okay, this is the ability to build a rail track. Okay, very cool, that works pretty well. So when I jump out, it resets the map. So what I want to do here is have this map where the scenario is that we have like a train up here, but then the track there's like a gap in the track. Like let's say it's broken or something like that. And then we'll take this train and we'll park it up here. And the goal is going to be to take this train and put it back here, all the while there's some fighting going on. So in order to do that, let's maybe connect this map with a bunch of streets. Maybe that's not ideal. Okay, like this. And that way the units can go around it as well. We can do this. We can do a rail crossing here. And then All right, connected like this. So now there are two ways to cross that island. The problem is this map, it's not ideal because here you would have like 3 choke points that are like pretty wide. So maybe actually what we would want to do here is like we would extend that a little bit. And then these bridges are a bit smaller. Maybe we'll do the same over here. And here as well. All right, so now the choke points are a bit smaller, and it might be a bit easier to go across. And so now the idea is that this one needs to build a rail track here so that we can move this train over here. And just to be clear, I haven't, this is just something I came up with now and I haven't tried yet. So I just want to make sure that, we'll see how it goes, but you know that some things might go wrong. All right, and so we need to put the train here, and then we'll add some factories here so that you can actually win this game. And then one thing that might be fun, let's add some jetpacks. So there's like some fighting going on. Jetpacks here, flamethrower here. And then we should shore up like the defenses here. Okay. And so now the thing is like we want to build a rail track here, and like what if I put like a unit there? Let's put one of these tanks here. But then if we were to play the game, so I can just jump in, end my turn, and then see what the AI was gonna do. Oh, sorry, I selected the wrong player. So I end my turn as player 1, and then see what the AI is doing. So I'm assuming it's gonna move everywhere. Okay, let's just speed it up a bit. Okay, so this tank is moving away. But what I want is I want this unit to stay there. So we have to actually destroy it so that we can like build a rail track. And so what I can do is there's like different AI behavior, and like there's one called stay. So we can put this one here, and that means that unit will never move. Actually, it might be better for this unit to be a long range unit like this one. Okay. And then the cool thing is I can also like modify its behavior. So this one means that it's actually going to be able to attack. It means it's positioned there, and then I'll tell it to stay, so it will never move away. Ideally, this works so that it also never folds, so it never like tries to move away. Let's see if the AI is smart enough, and if I have coded that right. Okay, and then maybe just make sure these are like connected so that you can go there, and then so you're getting some funds. You can produce some units here. Maybe this one we'll put over here. I actually want to make sure that this game ends really quickly when we're trying it out. And so now the thing is that right now the game, the way it works is there are conditions here. One thing here is like there's I'm moving so fast between these panels because there's like keyboard shortcuts here. So I press C and it like jumps here, right? And if I press E, it jumps into the entities panel. One of the cool things is I can say, okay, this one is like out of fuel. It's also interesting, these have like 2 guns. There's like no name set. I need to change those labels a bit. But this one is like, out of fuel. So actually this one would like die in the next turn because it doesn't have fuel and it's flying. So it would like crash. But you can like pretty much change anything. You could say, okay, we'll do it like this. This Pioneer only has like 1 health. So if this one gets touched, you'll actually lose. Well, you could build new ones here, but let's just say we have only this one. We could actually make it harder. We get rid of this one. So if you lose this Pioneer, you'll definitely not be able to win the game. And then what we can do is we can add some win conditions. So right now, the default one, this is the default for all the games, is destroy all the units or capture their HQ. If it has one, there's no HQ here. But then what you can do is you can do escort by label. And then you can give units a label. You can pick which players should have this win condition assigned to them. So you can, like, for example, design a win condition for like multiple players at the same time, and like then you can pick a label. So what's a label? Labels are small flags. So here, if you go to the entity editor, you can give this unit a label. So let's give this one a blue label. Most of the time, it probably makes sense to just give it the label of the same color of that unit. But let's give it the blue label and see how that works. Then we go back into the conditions editor. So what we're saying, escort by label for player 1, the blue units, only the blue ones, you can select multiple labels, and select positions. And so we want to put it here. So that means we need to take all the units, or the one unit with the blue label, and put it here. But as you know, we cannot go this way. One of the things here that might be interesting is that this one is probably going to attack that train. That's maybe not ideal, because we're going to lose it. So that adds like a bit of a time trial kind of situation here. Just trying to figure out, because we want to, maybe we'll do this a bit differently, and we'll make it so that you have to build the track here. Oh, that doesn't look right. You'll have to build the track here. Okay, and then we'll copy this one, put it here. Okay, and then when we edit this one, it should have the same behavior because I copy pasted it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this one now, if I go into the game, check the radius, it cannot attack that tank. And then what we'll also do is we'll make it so that this tank is not going to be close to that one. So we'll just put this tank over here, or wait, put it over here. The other thing here that kind of sucks is that that our rail crossing over the street doesn't look as nice anymore. Okay, and so the cool thing is now we can go into this dialogue panel, and so we can say as an intro, I want some explanation. So we can pick any of the units. So let's say it's Yuki, the flamethrower unit, and say, there's like a bit of a secret syntax here still. This one should be like a type ahead with like the actual character to complete. But like for now, number one and its name is the Pioneer. You can actually change the names of your own team. So this might refer to whoever the actual player is in your team. Okay, and then we can like add a dialogue here and say, you got it, boss. All right, cool. And then what you can do is once you win the game, you can also add like dialogue. And so the one thing here is that, like as we said, like one of the conditions is destroy all the units or capture the HQ. So we might get there first before we actually get the train back, but we'll see what happens. Okay, but let's make it so that, okay, when you win with the train, I don't even know what's the train. Okay, this is the supply train. Okay. So just adding like a small dialogue for this one. Okay, Yuki loves fire. So one of the cool things is like when you're in this dialogue editor and like you want to see like the messages in game. So let's say like these ones, then you just press P, and like it shows you those that dialogue up there. Yeah, this character still doesn't have a name. That needs to be figured out. They'll all get a name. One of the things here is that that's interesting is that if you can select here the color of the character of the team color of that for that message. So there's like 3 special ones, STO, and then just like a predefined color. So we can just say this one is always green, or this one is always yellow, which, you know, depending on the map, like might make sense. But some of these maps can be more dynamic in terms of like you could actually have a PvP map with 2 different players that both have the same objective, and then they see the dialogue from their side, right? Like there should also be the option that like, you know, the intro is like different per player, but right now that doesn't exist. But let's say there's a PvP map with like some dialogue, and so both of them have like flamethrowers and pioneers and the same goal. And then if you pick S also always stands for self, that means that the color will always be of that player's color. And so T is like for team. So if you, for example, let's say the pink and the blue players play together, then you could pick T, and then it shows you that other message in blue. And then O is for opponent. And so we could do that. So which units do we have here? We had this one. This one is called artillery. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, I was on the wrong. Oops. Okay. So let's go back here. Artillery. This one is called Artillery Arthur. That's like the name. One of the important things here, so that all the names of the characters only apply to your team. So when you're seeing the other player show up with any messages, it will just say that it's an artillery. So I'm just adding like a message here. I think that's like that looks good. Okay, and then actually let's just save the map. Train dilemma. Okay, and then I can hit Command S, and it'll just save my map. Okay, sweet. And then one of the nice things is there are these decorators, so we can like, put some mushrooms here. These don't do anything, but they make the maps like look so much nicer. We can put like some power lines here. They connect so nicely. All right, some power lines. I like this gate a lot. So let's just make a small like shrine over here with like a fox statue. Again, these don't really do anything for the game right now, but you'll be able to make like maps a lot nicer with those. Okay, redesigned, they'll look a lot better pretty soon. Maybe put a mountain here, just like adding some defensive like positions, and then save the map again. And then I can just jump into the playtest here, as I said earlier. Okay. The dialogue is not shown right now because when you're playtesting, it's like kind of annoying to see the dialogue all the time. So the way it works is, as I showed you earlier, so if you go in here and then you hit P from the dialogue that you're focusing on right now, then it will show you that right there. Okay, so let's start a new campaign from this map. So this is now the first map in our campaign. Train campaign. Okay, and then the cool thing is you can also tag them. There's this whole tagging system, and so you can like build a campaign, you can publish it, you can make it official. Well, only certain people can make it official. That would be then official game content, but anything that you create should be accessible to everyone else. So now you see the map here, and the nice thing is that, so this is the first map of our campaign. Let me just save it as well. This is the first map of our campaign, and you can see pretty quickly like those are the characters that are involved with like that map. So when you're doing the narrative design over the course of a campaign, it makes it a lot easier by seeing like what the characters are. And so now I'm going to just pull in like a map or two from the prototype campaign, and those will have their own dialogue that is also just like prototypes. So those won't fit together now with what I have here. But let me just pick this map. There's a sniper's map. Okay, and so that means you're playing this one. Once you win it, you get to that one. One of the cool things is like you can decide, you can like branch based on the win condition. So in this one we said, the other cool thing is you click on this and it like just pops out the map editor again, so you can quickly check anything. So you can say, okay, if you destroy all the units, that's the default. That's like any sort of like default win. But then these can also be secrets, so those wouldn't be shown to the player. So you can like add like certain secrets. But you can branch based on this. So let's say you win in like any way by destroying all the units, then you just reveal a bunch of other maps that you can play on next. But what if you get this win condition, then you might be able to get a secret map. So let me just show you how that might work. So there's like another map called Defense. That's also like a prototype. Again, these maps, they have like nothing to do with the real actual story. They're just like the prototype campaign right now. There's like multiple campaign maps that are being developed for the primary story, and these are like just some legacy maps that I put together. And so now we have like, once you win the train dilemma map, you unlock these two maps. But now what I want to do is, when you win with this win condition, escorting the unit by label, then you unlock the defense map. Otherwise, you just go further to the sniper's map. So once here you win with this win condition, you unlock both maps. If you win by destroying all the enemies, you only unlock the sniper's map. And so one of the things here we could do is we could just make it so if you win with that condition, you can skip the sniper's map. And so in this case now, you have multiple paths. One path from train dilemma over snipers to the defense map, or one directly to the defense map. And where it gets really cool is if you add like multiple maps, it shows you every single branching possibility. So now it makes probably sense to like make them a bit smaller. Okay, and then let me just add like, this is like just a PvP map, so this doesn't make much sense in the campaign. But now let's say, okay, I added like a bunch of branching here, but I want to edit my campaign a little bit because I'm not happy that this map is here. It should actually be one step earlier. So you can actually merge things to the left. So you can take this one and just like move it over here to the left. So now once you clear the defense map, you unlock the odds and the Dionysus Park map. And similar here. And so now what you would want is you would want to have that branching meet at a certain point again to go to the final part of the campaign. So the cool thing is like if I remove this one here, it will also just remove it from both of the branches. This can get a bit unwieldy if you have like 30, 40, 50 maps in like a campaign. So still working on like, you know, possibly collapsing like some of the branches, but I'm pretty happy right now with like how visually easy it is to see like what's going on. And then one of the other things is, let me actually get maybe here, let's add this map back. This one has like this empty bubble and all the other ones have like text in there. That means that like there's no dialogue defined for these maps. So the cool thing is I can like jump in here. Actually, let's go to this one. And then I can say, okay, I can add some dialogue here. I can save the map from right here, jump out of it, and then it will tell me, okay, Nora, the APU unit has like a dialogue on this map, and then it's filled out. So that way you can easily know, do these maps have a dialogue? And like now you can see here as well, even though those like maps, they are like not connected because they come from different campaigns, you see like at first you have like this set of characters, then you have this one. So I guess Yuki here is like the flamethrower is like progressing over here, and then Valentine, the infantry unit, is like progressing over here. So you can kind of see like, does this story actually like connect? And like you can very easily like just jump in and be like, oh, okay, this is like these are the conversations that these units are having. Here's what happens when you win. And then actually let's just save the campaign again. And then the other cool thing is like you can also just like create new maps right here. Okay, so this campaign is now ready to play. I think I showed most of the features. Yeah, as I said, the cool thing is like the interface like is really powerful, but it's like relatively simple as well. One of the things that I might want to change is like these arrows are like not super obvious, so I might want to just like connect like these boxes. So I have like an arrow or like a line drawn here that connects to this box. That will make it a lot easier. Given that everything is branching right now, there shouldn't be any overlapping arrows as well. Because one of the problems I have is that if I don't duplicate all the branches, then you might get into a situation where you might have like arrows between all these boxes and they like all overlap, and then it like gets really impossible to kind of like look at anything. All right, and so the cool thing is like all of this is like live. I said that it's like published, and so what I can do is I can go on my user profile. These are like heavily in progress, but then I can actually go in here and can see, okay, Christoph has like a bunch of campaigns and like also designed a bunch of maps, but I can just play the campaign that this person created. So I just press this button. Right now there's like, okay, this is easy mode, this is hard mode. So I'm thinking of just doing easy mode, and then boom, I'm in the campaign. All right, hey Sam, we need to restore the rail tracks and get our train back home. You got it, boss. All right, squad, let's get him. Okay, and boom, that's how we're in the game. Okay, I haven't actually thought about like playing this map. Oh man. And also the jetpack is not as good against tanks as I seem to remember it. Okay. Okay, I'm losing that one already. Okay, and then let's go and build a bunch of tanks. Yeah, it would have been nice to stack this a bit more in my favor, which I didn't do. So then bad thing is this tank actually chose to go on my on my factory. So, all right, not great. I should have probably gone somewhere else. Okay, I'm probably gonna lose this one. I need to go back into hiding with this one. Okay, got that. Oh, this flamethrower is totally worth the value. Okay, this one is attacking my building. All right. Then I'll come back over here. Oh shit. Now I'm gonna lose my factory. Oh boy. Oh yeah, okay, I totally lost this game. There's absolutely no way I can win this. Okay, so what we just saw is that maybe, okay, let me reset this. That maybe I should have playtested a little bit more. So let me just go back to my campaign and jump into my map. Okay, so this is like way too hard to win. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take away all the other enemy units. Just for demo purposes, I wanna make sure that we can, this is gonna work. Okay, so we'll put this one over here. Oh, and then we need to make sure that this one has like a unit. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna make it so that this game can actually conclude in the way that I designed. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a bunch of artilleries here. Just gonna shoot this one away. Okay, and then actually I can move this one a bit closer. Okay, now it's a little bit more stacked in my favor. Okay, so now let me go back to my profile, and then let's play this campaign again. Okay, now it should be a lot easier. Okay, let's just see if it works now. I just want to see if it unlocks the special win condition. Okay. Oh, that was easy. Okay, boom. Then we go here. Build the rail track. Nice, it does do the right thing. Okay, and now we just need to spend 2 turns escorting our train. All right. One more. Here you just see that you do need a lot of playtesting. Like when you're just designing a map, it might look nice pretty quickly, but it's very hard to know like if you're able to win and like if the odds are stacked in your favor or against your favor. And so you know, that's why it's really nice in the map editor to jump into playtesting immediately, try out if like something works, if like this unit can make it to a certain point like in 2 turns. Like for this one, I would probably like shorten the train track by 1 so that like this one can go to this vector within 2 turns, or like extend it to make it something that happens within 3 turns. I would probably design it so that like the map is bigger and there's like yellow units coming to the train. So you need to actually go and build the rail track. Otherwise, the train is going to be destroyed. Because in this case, if this train gets destroyed, you actually lose the game and you have to restart. So there's a lot of things that like I would do differently, but I just designed it and like as quickly as I could as part of this video. So let me just go back here. Boom. Phew, that was close. Thanks everyone for getting me out of a hairy situation. The UK is just fire, fire, fire. All right, and then ideally it tells me that I win. A bunch of fireworks because it's time to celebrate. to relax. And now this interface is not very shiny yet, but because I got the secret win condition, or like the not the secret one, but like I escorted the train, I get to pick the next map. It can be either the sniper's map or the defense one. Again, this screen is like not final at all, but I can just press this button and boom, I jump into the defense map. What's the story here? Those guys are different. Where are they coming from? All right, Davide, I need your squad to take care of this. Did anybody say rockets? One of the things that's important to me is that the names are coming from various different cultures, that all like lines up, but also that there's like representation across all types of people in the game. So I haven't shown off most of them, but there's like lots of characters, and ideally they'll come from like different backgrounds and they have different stories, different personalities, and that they all look a bit different. That's one thing that I really care about. Anyway, yeah, so I could play this map and then go to the next step of the campaign. So if I just go back, again, this is the map editor. There's different biomes. I didn't show off that you can like actually change the biome for your map. You can go into the settings here and then build a desert map. One of the things that I'm excited about is like you can just clear the whole map and then turn it into like a naval battle. Lots of naval units as well. Bunch of air units as well. Some drones. Yeah, this is the Athena Crisis map editor, Athena Crisis campaign editor. There's a lot that I still want to add to that so that you can create really interesting scenarios. So right now this one says like this is a dialogue panel. This one will probably be renamed to events, and then you can like specify, instead of just what happens at the intro or when you win or when you lose, you can actually say if this unit goes to this place, something happens, right? So you can make it so that like certain things have to be collected, or like units spawn at a certain point, at a trigger point. Like there's all these sort of things that I still want to add to make it scriptable in a way that like is like very intuitive, and is all integrated into this user interface. And yeah, as I showed you, the nice thing is like everything that you're building is immediately available to other people. So right now, you cannot play this campaign even if you were a playtester, because it's not marked as like published, so nobody on my profile except myself can see it. And yeah, here you can see some of the maps that are already part of the game. So you can like jump into this map. This is a pretty huge one called Land Bridge, abusing the fact that you can actually cross beaches here. This is pretty fun. So you can like put a tank here and then jump into the game, and then you can actually cross the ocean here through this like small land bridge. So there's lots of like PvP maps in the game already. A lot of them are not like super well balanced, but there's I'm excited about where it's going. All right, if you're excited about Athena Crisis, please do sign up for the newsletter, join the Discord, or just let me know, and I would love to have your support as I'm finishing up the game so you can play it.